Tennessee's at-home learning series for literacy. Today's lesson is for all our second graders out there, though everyone is welcome to tune in. This lesson is the fourth in this week's series. My name is Mrs. Ledford, and I'm a second grade teacher at Prescott South Elementary School in Cookeville, Tennessee. I'm so excited to be your teacher for this lesson. Welcome to my virtual classroom. If you didn't see our previous lesson, you can find it on our website at www.tn.gov/education. You can still tune in for today's lesson if you haven't seen any of our others, but it might be more fun if you first go back and watch our other lessons, since today we'll be talking about things we learned previously. And today we will be learning about farming and a fable titled Do What You Can. Before we get started, to participate fully in our lesson, you will need paper and a pencil and a surface to write on, and you can access the student packet for ELA Grade 2 Lesson 14 on our website at www.tn.gov/education. Okay, let's begin. In the previous lesson, we read The Legend of the Dipper. Your job was to write the values of the legend that this myth tried to teach, or this legend tried to teach. Then you were to tell how the character showed those values throughout the story. Get your paper out from yesterday's lesson, and you can check your paper as I read you mine. See if you included everything I included in my story. Okay, The Legend of the Dipper was a legend about a little girl and her mother. The values this legend tried to teach the reader were to be kind, brave, and unselfish. Did you list all three of those values in your writing? Raise the roof if you had all three. Excellent. The little girl showed evidence of all three of these values throughout the story. The first value was to be kind. The little girl was showed kindness to her mother by going to get water when she was sick. She also showed kindness to a dog and a stranger when she shared her mother's water with them. Did you describe how the little girl showed kindness to others? Touch your head if you showed some of the same evidence from the story that I showed. Way to go. The next value was to be brave. The little girl showed her bravery when she decided to go into the dark forest all alone to find her sick mother some water. Did you describe how the little girl showed bravery? Jump up and down if you added this to your answer. Excellent! I thought she was pretty brave going out in that dark forest all by herself. The last value was to be unselfish. The little girl showed this when she shared her mother's water with others. She also showed this when she chose not to drink her mother's water, even though she was tired and thirsty from traveling. Turn in a circle 3 times if you described how the little girl was unselfish. Woohoo! What a great answer. Today, our goal is to be able to read the fable, Do What You Can, to recount the events and the details from the story using the beginning, middle, end story structure. You will also determine the moral of the story. We will begin with me showing you what that looks like. Then there will be time for you to practice with my support. And finally, I will assign you some independent work so that you can complete it after the video ends. Okay? So today we're going to read that fable called Do What You Can by Carolyn Sherwin Bailey. This fable is set on a farm, so we need to begin thinking about words for farming before we begin reading today. What do you think when we hear the word farm? I think about what I see. What are some things that you see on a farm? I imagine seeing a barn with lots of animals and fields and even a silo, which is a tall, round building that holds grain. In the barn, I think of all the animals a farm might have. What are some animals that can be found on a farm? I think of cows, pigs, horses, chickens, and even roosters. What are some of the sounds that those animals make? What sound does a horse make? Can you neigh like a horse? That's right. What sound does a cow make? Yes. Can you moo like a cow? Very good. What sound does a pig make? That one is so silly. Can you oink like a pig? Great job. And what do chickens do? Yes, they cluck. Can you cluck like a chicken? Excellent. How about a rooster? Right. Good job, friend. Okay, well, you already know so many things about a farm. Today, we are going to concentrate on the fields of a farm. Farmers grow lots of fruits, vegetables, and grains. Can you name some for me? Some of my favorites are tomatoes, corn, pumpkins, strawberries, cucumbers, and squash. What do plants need to grow? Good thinking. Plants need sunlight, water, and nutrients from the soil to grow. Good job. Today, we are going to begin by looking at some vocabulary words. I am going to show you the word, and if you know it, you're going to tell me in your own words what it means. If you don't know it, then don't worry. We are going to learn them today before we read them in our story. Okay? So here is the first set of words. Can you pronounce that with me? Harrow and weed. What do you think it means to harrow and weed? Here's a hint. They are verbs. Remember, a verb is an action word. Farmers need to prepare the fields of land before they can put seeds in the ground. Some of the earth is packed down tightly, and that makes it difficult to put a seed into. The farmer uses a tractor to break up clods of dirt, remove weeds, and cover seeds. Okay, very good, boys and girls. Now, the next word that you're going to see in our reading today is this word, wither. What do you think it means to wither? Very good. To wither is to become dry and small. When we are talking about a farm, what do you think would wither? Yes, plants can wither. Can you use this word in a sentence? Yes, very good. A complete sentence needs a subject and a verb, and it's a complete thought. And I liked your sentence. I want you to compare your sentence to my sentence. Your roses will wither if you do not water them every day. What was my subject in my sentence? Yes, I was talking about roses. My subject was roses. What was my verb? Very good. Our vocabulary word, wither. All right, the next word that you will see in our reading today is this word crop. What do you think the word crop means? A crop is a plant that is grown and harvested for food. What crops have you seen? I have driven by crops of wheat. I've also visited a farm that made a maze through a crop of corn. Have you ever done that? It was so tall I couldn't see over the top. Use the word crop in a sentence. Nice thinking. Listen to my sentence. The farmer picked an ear of corn from his crop and ate it for dinner. Not all of our vocabulary words are related to farms only. Another word that we need to know before we begin reading today is this word, insist. Can you say it? Great job. Now, do you know what insist means? Very good. Insist is a verb that means that we demand that you do something. Can you use the word insist in a sentence? Say it out loud. What a great sentence. I want to share my sentence with you. When riding a bike, I insist that you wear a helmet to keep you safe. All right, boys and girls, To help you understand your text today, we also need to define the word commotion. Have you ever heard the word commotion? What do you think it means? What kinds of things could cause a noisy commotion? So many ideas. A dog barking and chasing a cat, a gaggle or group of geese, honking during feeding time, a room full of crying babies who want their bottles. Can you put one of your ideas into a complete sentence? I'd like for you to use the word commotion in your sentence. Nice job. I like how you use the vocabulary word in a sentence. Listen to my sentence. I couldn't hear my grandmother calling my name because of the commotion caused by the honking geese as I was feeding them. We have one last vocabulary word to concentrate on, and that word is ripen. You say it. What does ripen mean? Ripen means to become ready for harvesting or eating. A good example of this is a banana. Most bananas are yellow, soft, and sweet, right? A farmer needs to know when to harvest or pick that banana so that it will be the best time for eating it, the best tasting banana. Okay, so it has to be exactly the right time to harvest it for it to taste delicious. A banana is ripe when it is yellow, soft, and sweet. If it is ripened too much, then it might be brown or very mushy and it's no longer good to eat. All right, boys and girls, you did a great job with learning our new vocabulary words. Today, as we read, I want you to help me write down important details about characters and events in the story structure organizer. So we've made one of these before when we read the friendship bridge. Give me a thumbs up if you remember making this. Great job. So we're going to start by folding our paper to help us organize our work, okay? So first what I want you to do is take one of your pieces of paper and you're just going to fold it in half, what my students call the hamburger way. It's short and round and wide like a hamburger. And then you're going to do it once more. So you've just made 2 folds. And when you open up your paper, you should have 4 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like mine, and look at your paper on my computer screen. I've got that for you right here. Now remember, we are going to have 4 sections, and the story that we're reading should have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And you're familiar with these words, so we're just reviewing them. Now, as we read this text, I want you to concentrate on how the beginning introduces the problem. What does the beginning introduce? Yes, the problem. And the middle shows the struggle to solve it. What does the middle show? Kiss your brain. The struggle to solve it. Very good. And the end shows the solution. What does the end show? Excellent, the solution. Now the beginning, middle, and end. Say it with me. Beginning, middle, and end. Great. What do we find in each? Problem, struggle, solution. Say it with me. Problem, struggle, solution. Way to go. So as we talk about our story today, we're going to have some hand motions to go with it. When you hear the word problem, I want you to scrunch up your face like you're thinking really hard and tap your brain. Okay? And next, I want you to think like you're playing tug of war. Okay? So when we get to the struggle of the story, when you hear the word struggle, I want you to move your hands back and forth like you're playing tug of war. And one last motion, the solution. When you hear the solution, it means the problem is over. So I want you to smile really big and point in the air. Great job, everybody. That looks amazing. I want you to make those motions every time you hear me say problem, struggle, and solution. Are you ready? Okay, so since we will be recording what happens in the beginning, middle, and end of the story today on our paper, we need to go ahead and label those parts on your paper at home. So if I'm moving too quickly and you want to hit the pause button on your screen and take a picture of this, you may, because we're going to label really quickly. At the top left, you're going to put beginning. Write beginning on your paper. Then in the next section, you're going to write middle. The next section, you're going to write end. And the last section, you guys are going to write moral. And we know that fables have a moral of the story. So we want to find that today and record it on our paper too. I wrote these labels on my whiteboard so it'll be easier for you to see. When we take notes, I'm going to write on my whiteboard while you write on your paper. So keep your paper and something to write with nearby, okay? All right, boys and girls, let's review. So in the beginning, we are going to have the problem. Very good. In the middle, we are going to have the struggle. And then at the end, we're going to have the solution. Great job. Okay, boys and girls, let's start our story today. Do What You Can by Carolyn Sherwin Bailey. There was once a farmer who had a large field of corn. He harrowed it and weeded it with the greatest care, for he wanted to sell the corn and buy good things for his family with the money. But after he had worked hard, he saw the corn wither and droop, for no rain fell, and he began to fear that he was to have no crop. He felt very sad, and every morning he went out to the field and looked at the thirsty stalks and wished for the rain to fall. What character was introduced on this page, boys and girls? Nice job, a farmer. And what part of the story is this? The beginning, the middle, or the end? Yes, the beginning. So we want to write an important detail in our structure organizer. What should we write? Very good. You located the problem. Nice job. In the beginning of the fable. So write on your paper underneath the heading beginning as I write on my board. And I'm going to write under beginning, a farmer harrowed and weeded. A farmer harrowed and weeded his field of corn, but the crop withered without rain. A farmer harrowed and weeded his field of corn, but crop withered with no rain. Great job, everybody. Again, if you ever need to pause me if I'm moving too quickly, you can. All right, boys and girls, let's keep reading. One day, as he stood looking up at the sky, two little raindrops saw him. And one said to the other, "Look at the farmer. I feel sorry for him. He took such pains with his field of corn, and now it is drying up. I wish I might help him." "Yes," said the other, "but you are only a little raindrop. What can you do? You can't wet even one hill." Why does the raindrop feel badly for the farmer? Good job. The raindrop feels badly because the farmer's crop is dying. What section of this story structure are we reading now? Yes, the struggle, the middle. And can you identify what the struggle is here? Think about the key details of what we just read. What is the struggle? Great job, scholar. The struggle is that the raindrop wants to help the farmer, but he's only one raindrop. So, well, said the first. Let's see. "Well," said the first, "I know to be sure I cannot do much, but perhaps I can cheer the farmer a little, and I am going to do my best. I'll go to the field to show my good will." Goodwill. That means friendly or helpful feeling or attitude. "I'll go to the field to show my goodwill. If I can't do anything more, here I go." This sounds like a key detail. What do you think we're going to write down? Great sentence. Write on your paper as I write on my board. The raindrop wants to help, so it falls. The raindrop wants to help, so it falls to the field to show a helpful attitude. Let's read that again one more time. The raindrop wants to help in any way it can, so it falls to the field to show a helpful attitude. All right, boys and girls, let's keep going. The first raindrop had no sooner started for the field than the second one said, "Well, if you really insist upon going, I think I will go too. Here I come." And down went the raindrops. One came pat on the farmer's nose, and one fell on a thirsty stalk of corn. Why does the second raindrop follow the first? Great thinking. It is driven by the first raindrop's actions. Let's keep reading to find out what happens next. "Dear me," said the farmer. "What's that? A raindrop? Where did it come from? I do believe we shall have a shower." By this time, a great many raindrops had come together to see what all the commotion was about. When they saw the two kind little drops going down to cheer the farmer and water his corn, one said, "If you two are going on such a good errand, I'll go too." And down he came. "And I," said another, "and I." And so said they all until a whole shower came and the corn was watered. Then the corn grew and ripened, all because one little raindrop tried to do what he could. What happened next, boys and girls? All of those raindrops came together to form a shower. That is a key detail we should probably write down. Where should it go in our organizer? You think it should go in the beginning, in the middle, or in the end? I think it should go in the end. Yes, very good. So you will write on your paper as I write on my board. All the raindrops came together to form a shower. I'm going to write that at the end. All the raindrops came together to form a shower. Very good, boys and girls. Nice thinking today. When is the corn able to grow? Can the corn grow when the first two raindrops work together? Is it when the farmer collects the rain for watering? Can the corn grow when the first raindrop offers its support? Or when all the raindrops come together? Very good, boys and girls. So, boys and girls, the corn is able to grow when all the raindrops come together. You need to add that detail to your organizer as I write on the board. Now, where should that go? Yes, very good. Now, since we are at the end, did we identify the solution to the problem? What was it? Excellent, scholars. The solution for the corn is to grow it. The solution for the corn to grow is all the raindrops coming together. Now, let's determine the moral of our story. Let's review our notes from the organizer to help. In the beginning, a farmer harrowed and weeded his field of corn. But the crop withered without the rain. So the raindrop wants to help the farmer, but is only one little raindrop. The raindrop wants to help in any way it can, so he falls to the field in a helpful attitude. All of the raindrops came together to form a shower. The corn is able to grow when all of the raindrops come together. It's time for everybody to put on their thinking cap. What can we learn from this fable today? Do what you can. What do you think the moral of our story is today? I agree. Kiss your brain. The moral of the story is that one person can make a big difference by inspiring others. Let's write that on our organizer today. One person can make a big difference by inspiring others. It's a great lesson. I'm going to read that again for you. One person can make a big difference by inspiring others. I like that moral of that story, boys and girls. So now it's time for you to do some independent work. It's your turn to demonstrate your understanding of the story, the fable, Do What You Can. You will respond to a prompt by writing the answer on a piece of paper. You need to try to write your answer today in complete sentences, okay? So, a complete sentence, remember, has a subject and a verb. It's a complete thought. It has a capital letter and an end mark, okay? So I want you to try to answer today in complete sentences. Okay, you can use your story structure organizer that we made today to help you with your thoughts, okay? I also want you to use transition words. Remember, we use those in our writing for the story Neptune. What are some great examples of transition words? Great thinking. In the beginning, next, finally. Okay, so I will read the prompt to you 2 times so you have time to write it down, or if you have a device nearby and you want to snapshot a picture of it. Retell the fable, Do What You Can by Carolyn Sherwin Bailey, using key details and transition words. Write the lesson learned through the moral of the story. To be an excellent scholar, use some of the vocabulary words we learned in this lesson. I'll read it again. One more time. Retell the fable, Do What You Can by Carolyn Sherwin Bailey, using key details and transition words. Write the lesson learned through the moral of the story. Boys and girls, I enjoyed working on determining the moral of the story for Do What You Can by recording key details in an organizer with you today. Thank you for inviting me into your home. I look forward to seeing you in our next lesson in Tennessee's At Home Learning Series. Bye-bye.
We know this year didn't go according to plan. Life occasionally springs a pop quiz on you, but you passed the test. Your family is proud of you, and Tennessee is proud of you. This year may have been different, but you met the moment and graduated. And we, at the Tennessee Department of Education, want to spend the next few weeks celebrating your accomplishment. Congratulations, class of 2020.